Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to episode 4 in the world of Rivendaark. In the last episode, which way am I facing? This way. In the last episode, I built this wonderful, beautiful building, this humongous monstrosity over here, and I had a lot of fun. Honestly, this is one of my favourite builds that I've ever done, maybe? And since then, I have not finished it. I've not done anything to this. I just haven't had the time, not the motivation. Honestly, I still don't know what to do this. I actually did try a few different designs for different things here, and none of them really fit as much as this does, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. I believe Alex Applegate suggested that maybe have some sort of like a lectern and a podium and something like that, so you could, like, the guy living here could, like, talk down to the peons below and things like that, which is actually a really cool idea. I did try a few different things, none of them worked, so I'm just going to leave it for now. Okay, it's fine, just ignore it, it's fine. Okay, what you maybe cannot ignore is the fact that I have got some sort of canal system going on here, and obviously it's not finished. I would hope this is not finished. Below the water, I have podzol and coarse dirt. Really, I just wanted to kind of darken it. You know, the water is just this bright blue, and it's kind of annoying, but there's not a lot I can do about it. So, yeah. Not really much to say about this other than, obviously, I was going to go with like a square platform here, and I thought, well, I'll curve it a little bit. That's a little more interesting. And then I thought, you know what? I don't really know the sort of layout that I'm going for the rest of the section, so I can't really do anything with it just yet. I do know I'm going to have a bridge coming out of this hole in the building here to another building here, so it would make sense to maybe have the canal go straight down here. Or, you know, maybe this could be like a bridge over land instead and have the canal carry on that way. So, don't really know just yet. Do not really know. I kind of have an idea for what's going to go here, but it does depend on sort of the layout of everywhere else. And you may have noticed there's still a lot of free space everywhere else. So, you know, lots to do. Lots to do. Okay, but we do have these, I was going to say item transportation systems. No, we have this person transportation systems here. This one still works, this test one, just. Oh yes, I've adjusted the elevation, so this one goes up. I just want it to be a little bit different, you know, a little bit different compared to the rest. But you can see there is one podium here that looks slightly different to the rest, and this is because this is what we're going to be working on today, a completely different area, because I want to get a couple of different areas established, you know, in the next few episodes. So that would be, well, it'd just be a good start, essentially. Now, I feel like this is a good idea, having the sort of different design per podium, so you'd be able to tell sort of which one goes where. I've only got 4. So I need to figure out maybe a place to put the rest of them. I guess I could just do it like that, and then have this there. Actually, that would be fine. Like, just have one in each corner, so that would be an extra 4. That would be pretty nice. Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, squeaky voice. Right, so let me move on to the next area. Why does it... Okay. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to transport me here, which would be minus 39, and it actually took me to minus 39, 38.5. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I am currently underwater, as you may be able to tell. It might be a little bit dark for you guys, but don't worry, I am going to address that situation pretty quickly. So, this next area is going to be an underwater city, or maybe not a city, but some sort of habitat. Yeah, habitat, that's a good word, I like that. Okay, so we're going to be working underwater. I'm very hesitant to say Atlantis, but that kind of thing, you know, you get what I mean when I say sort of underwater habitat. This sort of, I honestly don't know like what the kind of people that would be living in this particular place would be like. I don't want to say mer people, but maybe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather a few blocks, just to sort of get the block palette worked on, and I'll get back to you once I'm ready to begin. Okay, so I have a block palette prepared here, and as you can see, I'm using quartz. This is a luxury for me because I never get to use quartz in my survival worlds, just because I'm too lazy to farm the stupid stuff. Do you know what? I really wish there was actually an easier way to farm this, like maybe it could like drop off a different mob or something. I don't know how that would work. I'm just being lazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to do something for your guys' benefit that we're going to then turn into a lore piece for this particular area. Okay, so I mentioned it's not going to be Atlantis, but essentially it is. It's going to be a habitat underwater, and this is going to be something that not only lights the place up, which will benefit the video, let's face it, it'd be better if you guys could actually see what I'm doing, but we can also say that, you know, it lights up the area for the people in it. I'm going to have to turn down the game sounds in the video because they're really annoying underwater. Some of the sounds are actually really good, like they're really kind of creepy and that, which is excellent in survival. Just kind of annoying when you're in creative and you just don't need that sort of ambient noise. You guys can probably guess what I'm going to build here, judging by all these blocks in this particular configuration. So yes, this is going to be a conduit. And again, you know, like a lore piece, you could say that because these conduits actually damage mobs, I think they have to get in within a certain radius, something like 8 blocks. There's some stupid ambient noises again. Yeah, I think they have to be within 8 blocks to actually get damaged by them. But, you know, we could turn that into a sort of lore thing. Like, I'll zoom out in 1 second and just show you guys what I've got here, and that'll maybe help me explain a little bit more. So it kind of looks like maybe like a scepter kind of thing, or like a, what would you call it, like a ward. Like this thing could like pulse out not only light but also damaging effects. Maybe let's call it magic. Like, why not? Let's just be fantasy and just call it magic. It pulses out harmful magic to the mobs in this area and, you know, kills them. That'd be nice. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no fish. There are no fish in this area, and that is because I have... it's a bit of an interesting thing, actually. I have the game rule do mob spawning turned off, set to false. But I heard a zombie, like, under the ground just, like, a few seconds ago, and I was like... In fact, do I still have it? Yeah, game rule... I just had to, like, make sure it was actually still set to false. I was like, well, what's going on here? This is where I was just like, I don't know if you know this, but I don't actually have a way to get back to spawn other than just killing myself. So, yeah, I should probably set up a podium for that too, eh? Okay, so this should be it once I place this, and then pow. There we go. Beautiful. See how much light it adds to the place. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to finish this off for a start. That'd be nice. So I'm going to have quite a few of these dotted around the place. So we're going to build a central hub where you will be teleported to. Is that it? I feel like that's it. Yeah, that was pretty good. So we'll have a central hub where you'll be teleported to. I believe it's over here. Yes. You will have 4 of these around it, just so that I know that this place is going to be lit up, because the light, the conduit power only travels so many blocks. Based on how many prismarine blocks you have around it. I don't believe the stairs nor the fences actually count. So I'd need quite a few around the place, but that's fine. I don't mind doing that. I can do 4 around this particular podium, and then like some around the border for this area, maybe. And then just maybe even like a few dotted around the place. Like, why not? Like, I feel like that would work. Okay, so I'm just going to build a just like 3 more around the place, and then we'll get working on the central teleportation station. Alrighty, so as you can see, I have all 4 scepter wards. We're gonna call them. They're all turned on. They have the conduit power, where we're stationed at the teleportation station. That's not its official name, but I'm sticking with it for now. As you can see, they are all on different levels of the terrain, and to be honest, I like that, and I don't want to change that. I actually don't want to change the terrain around this place at all, except for where there is somewhere there is a ravine that I might just cover that up. Have you noticed? You go out of the water into the Minecraft sky. Oh yeah, actually from the water, this looks really, really cool. So that actually bodes well for the rest of the designs as well, because we'll be using a lot of lanterns, so they'll show up rather well. And you get down here, it goes all dark, and then it gets a little more established until you get down to the actual builds, and the light comes back up. It's quite an interesting effect, that. I don't know if I like that or not, but it's something we're going to have to deal with. Another thing we're going to have to deal with is this. End rods. I really want to use them, but I haven't got the option to because the water won't let me. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just going to establish a circular pattern. Yeah, I'm going to do it really flat. This particular area is going to be really flat. I am obviously going to have to terrain a little bit around here, but that's all right. That's okay. Terraform, not terrain. Yeah, I'm going to do a circular pattern, and then another circle, and then another circle, and then around that, I'm going to do a circle. That was my stomach, by the way, if you're wondering. And then, yeah, we're going to see... I don't know what the designs around this place are going to be like, but I feel like they should be a fair bit simpler than our castle fort spawn area that still has no name. Alright guys, so that is the outer ring finished off here. A very sort of simple pattern, but that's okay. Lots of light on it, so that's exactly what I wanted. What does this look like from above, I wonder? Pretty cool. Yeah, okay, this is going to work. I like that a lot. You can see all this kelp around. This kelp is actually really frustrating to work around. It's fine. The only good thing about it is the satisfying noise it makes when you break it. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to establish a doorway. So make sure we can actually, you know, get out of the door. That'd be good. So just establish a doorway here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5 blocks tall in total, and then we'll do I don't have stairs. We'll do an archway over here, and honestly, the actual wall facade detail is essentially going to be non-existent. So there is going to be no detail on the actual walls themselves. Now, that is part of this kind of simple sort of design that I want to go with. Very flat walls, I'm essentially trying to say. Flat walls, okay, it's in a curve, but other than that, nothing on here. I'm not going to throw in any, you know, stairs, no kind of design in there, no extra blocks, even maybe like a few of those. Nothing like that, just pure flat. Now that may be a little bit boring, so at the top we will have to try and do something to just add a little bit of pizzazz to it. And speaking of pizzazz, how do you spell it? You have 10 seconds to write in the comments. And you're wrong. No, you spell it IT. Oldest trick in the book. Oh, I feel good about that one. That's really annoyed some people. Okay, my job, my work here is done. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just going to add a few pillars around the place. This is going to be establishing a kind of walkway on top of the wall here. Now, those of you who used to watch my Jaguarland series may recognize this. Okay, this may actually be something that is quite familiar to you, or this particular design that I'm going to be using. Hopefully. Okay, so I don't know why, but I've always kind of thought of Atlantis. Now, I know I said maybe don't think of this as Atlantis, but as time goes by, the more time that passes, the more time I feel like it is kind of based on Atlantis. It's fine. That's okay. That comparison is perfectly fine. Anyway, I always think of Atlantis as a Greek thing, and I don't know if that's actually correct. Like, it's a myth, obviously, but is it a Greek myth? I really don't know. But one thing that Greeks do in a lot of design is they have these kind of twirls on tops of, even on tops of pillars and things like that. Now, this is something that I've actually used in Jaggedland Season 1 on the Nether Hub. So if you remember, on the Nether Hub had walls like this, very similar, but in nether brick and red nether brick, and my voice is going, I don't know if you can hear that. And on tops of the walls, I used the quartz in a very similar fashion to this, and I really like that design. So essentially, I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it from myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have I missed one? No, that's fine. Okay, and then I'll just do a couple of little bits extra on camera just to establish a few different things. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. And then on the tops of these, we shall use some stairs like so. And then joining those will be these. I haven't really established how this is going to work. I'm sure if I just link them up like that. Okay, yeah. And then we'll have a roof on that. So essentially you'll have a walkway that you can look down into the center here, and also on the other side as well. And then you'll have like a roof above you. And I think the roof is going to be... Now, if you remember at the beginning of the episode, the teleportation button to this place had a quartz block, and it had a prismarine slab on top of a cyan glass block. So I think we're going to go with some cyan. Obviously, I've used it over here as well. And I think it fits pretty well with the prismarine and also the quartz. So that should look pretty nice. I may have to refine this design a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of work off the camera and finish off this front bit and then probably the back as well. All right? All right. Whew. Okay, so that actually took me a bit longer than I was expecting to do. Just working out a few little fancy details around the place. Okay, so essentially what I was trying to say was we have the flat walls, but then the actual tops of them just add the detail that's needed, really, because it is a little bit too plain, and then, like I said, you add the tops. I actually tried using prismarine for these things and the pillars and stuff on the top, but actually it just looked a bit much. And I think just dialing it back down and using the quartz again, you know, I switched to the quartz pillars, and I'm actually going to throw in some more of the chisel blocks in there as well. But switching to those just helped it a lot, I feel like. And I'm also going to throw in some of these. I don't really know where... I don't really know whereabouts. I don't want them to connect, so I do know that. So yeah, I feel like on the outer ones it should be okay. Maybe on these ones as well. I don't want to do them too often, you know. Feel like that is a little bit too often. Okay, so I'll have to play around with these and stuff and see how that's going to work out. And then for the actual roof, I mentioned I'm going to use some glass. We're going to go for... I can't see cyan because I'm colorblind, so I have to go through every single one of them. Cyan stained glass. Fun fact, I'm colorblind, okay? I am one of the rarer stages of colorblind. No, it's not the stage, the rarer type of colorblindness. So this, essentially, cyan doesn't exist to me. This is blue, okay? Cyan is blue, purple is blue, and blue is blue. Okay? And green can also be blue. It's weird, alright? And also green can also be beige. That's one of the weirder ones. Lilac is blue. My eyes are weird, man. I'm actually short-sighted as well, so that my eyes basically just don't work, you know? They just don't work. Okay, so I'm going to switch to something like this. I'm going to add maybe like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I don't mind that. Can I stick these on there? Yeah. Okay, I don't mind that. I haven't actually worked anything out for this, but I feel like just doing that will be just too plain. So adding these strips in here and there should look pretty cool. It might need a little bit more, maybe something along the lines of that. Yeah, so where's that? Is that there? Yeah. Okay, that might work. And also, I feel like maybe add some lighting, so if we just do that, maybe? Because it's kind of hidden under that. And I could even add the band in underneath, like so. That's not too bad. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to figure out where these bits are going to go, and then fill in the rest of the roof, and then we're probably done. Alrighty, so that's essentially it done for this particular area anyway, or this actual starting base. Stop swimming. There we go. Okay, one annoying thing, this water. You can see this water underneath this glass. It's kind of frustrating, but it also is not too bad. It wouldn't be too bad if you could also see it underneath these blocks here as well. Like, I would be able to deal with it then, but you can't, so it's a little bit weird. Like, I think maybe it's because glass is obviously it's a transparent block. It's not like a full solid block like these are, for example. Oh yeah, I need to change these. So maybe that's the reason for it, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a bug. And I'm kind of hoping it is, because that means potentially it could be fixed. Like, that would be really nice. So let's just hope for a fix in the future. Perhaps it's worth messaging Mr. Jasper? Sounds like Jafar from Aladdin. By the way, Aladdin, the remake, the live action remake. Jafar is so wimpy. Like, that's hashtag not my Jafar. I haven't actually seen it, but I've just seen the trailers. Anyway, this thing's done. I'm actually really happy with this build. I really like having these scepters around it as well. These ward scepter things look pretty cool from above. Pretty decent as well. Like, you can imagine, like, once we get more buildings around this place that are all lit up and they have this cyan roof thing as well, this place is going to look really cool. One thing I do need to think of is whether I'm going to have, like, pathways. I don't have any slabs, but whether I have kind of pathways, like, leading along to the next area. Maybe these quartz ones, I don't know. I'll figure something out eventually with that. Or I could have these be, like, tunnels. But then I don't know if I could do that, like, curvy. I suppose I could. Maybe I could make them like, well, they're going to be really, really simple with flat walls anyway, so maybe curves would be okay. So that's something I have to think about. Like, do I have the pathways to the next building, or do I have tunnels? Okay. So again, something to think about. I guess if I could have tunnels, I could have, like, glass roofs and stuff. That could be tempting, actually. Maybe I could do that. And then you might be able to see them from the surface. Oh, that could look really cool. Okay, just one more thing before I go. I kind of wanted to do sea creatures. Like, I kind of wanted to do, like, a big fish, like, maybe, like, a big scary shark that was, like, in the distance. And I think, like, maybe made out of glass. Maybe this cyan glass or something like that. And then I was going to have these conduits inside them. I failed in the design. Like, I was trying to do it in creative, and quite honestly, it was embarrassing. Like, the results were just so bad. So, I'm not shelving that completely. I think it could be a really, really cool idea, but honestly, I don't have much faith in my ability to actually do that. But it'd be really cool if I could. Alright guys, so I'm afraid I've run out of time for today. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.